So I think we've been saying this for the past 2 weeks now. But the Bruins are playing for their playoff lives. And the worst thing about it is that they have done this to themselves. With those 4 straight losses that they had a couple of weeks ago. Now they're in a position where these next 7 games, they need to win most, if not almost all of them, depending on what goes on and if they want to keep control of their own destiny going forward into the playoffs. So, hopefully there will be some playoff hockey in Boston this season. A little bit of note tonight for game time decisions. Both Tuukka Rask and David Krejci, they're going to be playing tonight. Thank God for that. Interesting move, though, by Bruce Cassidy. Colin Miller is sitting this one out, and in his place, John Michael Liles is back in the lineup.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Interesting one there. So this is game number 76. 7 games remaining. The Bruins take on the Nashville Predators on the Bruins Recap Show. So we start things off in the first period, as we always do. 2U2K's Tuukka Rask. He goes up against Pekka Rinne. And so 2 Finnish goalies going at it. So this should be a classic. Anyway, Boston getting the scoring party started. Zdeno Chara getting the shot off with a purpose. David Backes, he's crashing the net. We get a rebound right to Patrice Bergeron, and he pops it in. 1-0. Patrice Bergeron back in the scoring system. That's great to see. A little bit later on in the first, Boston will get a second. A good start here for Boston, getting 2 goals as a sweet give and go between Krejci and David Pastrnak. And David Krejci gets loose and puts it right through the wickets of Pekka Rinne. One Rinne probably wants to have back, but they all count 2-0 going into the second and then going into the third, as Boston will hold Nashville scoreless in the second. So in the third period now, and Nashville will get a goal. This one a deflection off a Roman Josi shot. It's Craig Smith, and that one will end up in. And you're thinking, oh God, it's 2-1. Don't tell me they're going to do this again. Not another third period collapse, but it's all good because here comes Dominic Moore, Riley Nash, and Noel Acciari. 3-on-1 they come. And it's a backhand feed from Riley Nash over to Noel Acciari. Keep the puck, young man. Your first NHL goal for a Noel Acciari. And it's a big one to extend the lead. Makes it a 3-1 hockey game. A little bit later on, David Backes will seal the deal with the fourth goal empty netter. Just an overall solid performance here by the Boston Bruins. I think like 25 blocked shots. None bigger than Adam McQuaid, who's tough as hell when it comes to blocking shots. They secure the 2 points and a big victory to stay in their own destiny and hold on to a playoff position, whether it be third place or the second wild card, depending on how Toronto does against Florida. So we take it quickly to the 3 stars of the game. Star number 3 actually, my apologies. First NHL goal, 8 hits on the night, and a 10-minute misconduct. Noel Acciari, have yourself a hockey game, young man. Star number 2 with a technical game winner, David Krejci, who should be listed as questionable all the time. He pops in a beauty goal. And star number 1, again, should play questionable all the time. Glad to see him back in the lineup, even though Anton Khudobin kept the door shut on the aisle. It's Tuukka Rask, 24 saves on 25 shots. A couple of big ones from Rask. The only goal that beat him was a deflection. So, 6 games left for Boston, 5 of which are at home. You should win 4 or 5 of these last 6. So let's run down the opponents. We have Thursday night against Dallas. Then over the weekend on Saturday, you get Florida. Then you're at Chicago. And then the final 3 games, Tampa, Ottawa, and Washington. I'm not saying it's an easy schedule. Dallas and Florida, you should take care of. Chicago's a tough one. Tampa Bay and Ottawa are the 2 games that this team really needs to show up for. Put those games away. Get those 4 points from those 2 games. And then hopefully that end of the year, you and Washington aren't really playing for anything. And more importantly, maybe even Washington's not playing for anything. So we'll see how it goes on the next Bruins Recap Show with the return of Tyler Sagan.